Alright, this is going to be a video of this 52-inch Aircool brand Hugger ceiling fan that came from my local Habitat Restore, as I am a volunteer there. Pretty much what I do for them is ensure the ceiling fans they receive via donation are more presentable than how they previously came in. Anyways, I'm now going to demonstrate the fan for all you guys, starting out with the light kit. And it is a three-way style one, so if you pull the chain once, 2 of the 4 lights come on. Pulling it again turns on the other 2 lights. The third time is all 4. And the fourth time turns all of them off. And for the fan itself, I'll begin with the high speed. Looking at the white piece of tape I attached to one of the blade brackets for RPM indication, I'd say that high is probably going to spin somewhere close to 210 RPM, maybe 215. Blows a very good amount of air, as even from back here, I can feel a decent breeze. Next, I'll show medium speed. Medium, it will spin down to roughly 170, possibly 175 RPM. And I'm not sure how audible it is on camera, however the fan has a rather loud bearing noise to it, especially on the medium and high speeds. And last, however certainly not least, the low speed, which I'll show with the fan and light on simultaneously. The fan has a very nice aesthetic low speed to it, and I'd say that'll probably move at around 55 to 60 RPM. Anyways, I'll turn it off now. And I'm going to be discussing some general information on the fan. I'm not exactly sure what brand this was sold under. Like I said, it is Aircool, as that is the factory who made the fan. However, it's very unlikely that Aircool actually would have sold under their own name. And at first I thought it might have been a Canarm. However, most of their fans actually said Canarm on them, unlike this one in particular. Back in the 80s, there were a lot of just generic importers who could have used Aircool to manufacture their fans. So really, this could be one of hundreds of brands. So without seeing the original packaging or instructions, it would be quite hard to tell the name this was actually sold under. Also, the blade brackets you see on here are not original, as one of the original ones had snapped. The ones that previously came with had a much larger arch on them, as they were specifically made for Hugger fans. The ones here are more generic ones I had, just as spares, so the blades are actually closer to the ceiling. Therefore, the fan pushes more sideways as opposed to just downward. So it's a bit of a different effect in terms of airflow. However, it still pushes a decent breeze, as mentioned earlier. To conclude the video here, I'll be touching on the pros and cons of the fan, and what I would rank it out of 5 stars. Beginning with the pros. As with most 80s Aircool fans, this one being from 1986, the build quality is fairly high, and it uses a pretty solid motor. Personally, I would have liked to have seen maybe a slightly larger one, this being only a 153 by 18. However, it is better than what you get in a lot of generic Huggers, especially these days. The fan is quite versatile, having reversible blades. Currently, I'm using the cane side, as I know I've received quite a few requests to show polished brass fans with cane. So here you go, guys. Also, this being an older fan, like I said, 1987, so around mid-80s, it does not have just the standard molded cane. Instead, this one is woven, so it is of higher quality than what you usually see. The blades do reverse to plain oak. As you can see, here's the plain oak side. Although I generally like plain oak on fans, like I mentioned, this one is not molded cane, so it's woven. Plus, I received quite a few requests to actually show it this way, so that's why I'm doing it for the video. Also, the fan can accept virtually any universal light kit that of course matches the finish. It came with this 4 spotlight kit, which I think looks decent. However, if it were my choice, I would personally put a 5 light on there. As for the cons, I did notice that the fan has a tendency to hum, especially when switching speeds. This is not a huge surprise though, as it's only single capacitor. Tendency of a lot of single capacitor fans is to hum on lower speeds typically. Also, the blade brackets, being the smaller size with less of an arch as opposed to the original ones, do not push as much air downward, so the fan is really ideal in a large space, and there's not as much airflow felt directly underneath the fan as it would have been from factory. Not to mention that there are some tarnished spots, especially on the switch cap. However, those aren't really noticeable and are covered up by the light kit. Overall, I'd give the fan 3.5 out of 5 stars. Although it's not the best Hugger of the 80s, it certainly is much better than most Hugger fans of today. The whatever crappy Hunter low profile fans they have these days are certainly of much lower quality. And I would recommend it if you're looking for just a basic fan, you know, to do the job. However, nothing too fancy or performance oriented. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed the video. And if you have any idea as to what this would have been branded, please feel free to share your comments in the comment box below. So, I think this concludes the video.